everybody, welcome to the Waldock Way. I'm Jessica. Today's video is going to be all about our financial literacy resources for what I'm calling our financial literacy boot camp. I shared that this was something that we were going to do in my summer homeschool plans. I don't really like to introduce new math concepts. Typically over the summer I like to do review. And while technically some of these concepts might be new, it's not really going to be new skills because it's basically just money math, and she knows how to do that. So this summer we will be focusing on financial literacy, personal finance, money math, consumer math. Like that is kind of what we're going to be doing throughout the summer. So I thought I would share some resources with you in case that's something you want to add to your homeschool. I have a curriculum, some workbooks, some books we'll be reading, and a lot of games. So if that is something you're interested in, stay tuned for financial literacy resources galore. The first thing I have is a curriculum, and it's kind of going to be like the base for this boot camp, or at least the one thing I'm thinking we're going to do in its entirety. But keep in mind, we are definitely dabblers, and I may not do any of this in its entirety. But it is before personal finance. So there are actually two different ones from this company. They have before personal finance and beyond personal finance. I think Emily probably could have done either, but I wanted her to do both. So we're going to do before personal finance this summer, and then probably in a few years we'll do the beyond personal finance. The things that are covered in this are basically what to expect the next 10 years. And we have an introduction to money, budgeting, earning money, smart spending, generosity, borrowing money, governments and money, banks, investing, and insurance. What I like about this is that there's always a future you. And the first one is you're imagining yourself at 13, which is kind of why I went with this one, because Emily will quite literally be 13 next month. So I thought this is a good age to start with. So you're kind of doing like future you, like you're imagining your future. But then also throughout, even when you're like making your budget and doing different activities, there's always these plot twist QR codes. So you scan it and you get a plot twist, which, let's be honest, is real life, right? Like we can make the budget perfect, but it's not always what happens. In addition to that, I have some workbooks, but keep in mind when I show you guys these workbooks, I have no intention of us doing them in their entirety. I will pick and choose different pages or different sections as they apply or as I think it makes sense. In fact, we've had these for a few years and we've done a few pages in them already. So it's just a resource I'll be pulling from. We have bargain math, budget math, bank account math, credit card math, and checkbook math. Now, all of these say that they are for grade levels 6 through 12, so it's something that, like I said, we'll pull from probably for multiple years, but we will not do them in their entirety, just picking and choosing. In addition to that, we will be using the Financial Literacy Discovery Deck. This will be a good way for me to kind of expose her to new terms and what they are. So some of the questions are, what are stocks? What's the difference in fixed and variable expenses? What are financial institutions? What are some forms of financial exchange? How do you calculate sales tax? How do you calculate interest? How do you manage a bank account? How do you make a budget? What is money? What gives the dollar bill its value? So it's all just kind of like financial literacy, money math types of things that will expose her to those in video form. And then I have two books that we will be adding to our basket time. Again, probably just reading from parts of them. I don't know if we'll read them in their entirety. But we have Money Skills for Teens. So this is essential money skills every teenager should know. It covers understanding money, budgeting and savvy spending, borrowing, debt, and big ticket item purchases, your way to wealth, and the future of money. And then I have the Usborne Understanding Money. This one covers how money works, the story of money, in the bank, earning and borrowing, spending, growing, and giving, governments and money, and then some big questions like how to become a millionaire and whether money can buy happiness. So that is kind of like the workbook reading type of stuff I have. And then I gathered a lot of games. Most of these games are either money-based games or like real life kind of things. So we have Monopoly Deal, Make Your Fortune Fast. So this will probably be when Emily and I want to play, but Kevin doesn't. This is quicker and, in my opinion, better for two people. Same thing with the Game of Life Goals. So both of these are similar to like the Game of Life Monopoly, but card versions, which means they play a lot faster. Let's see. They claim they play in 15 to 20 minutes. So that's much better than your typical board game. We have Cover Your Assets, Quick Picks, not just another money game, For Sale, the game of prosperity and property, Real World Math, Unexpected Events. So in this game, you kind of like are keeping a check register throughout the entire game. And then I did also grab, we haven't played these yet though, so I can't really give you a review, but I did go ahead and grab all of the Learning Advantage. So I have Managing My Allowance, Budget, Real World Math, Bank Account, which is applying math skills while learning to keep accurate bank account records, and Discount, a consumer math game. All four of these say they are for ages or grades 5, ages 9 to 10 and up, and they all play with 2 to 4 players. I also went ahead and pulled money bags. This is ages 7 and up. Emily has probably, if I'm being honest, outgrown this, but it's one that neither of us was ready to let go of yet. So we're going to get some more time out of it this summer. Payday, the classic game of making and spending money. Monopoly Builder. We have a lot of different versions of Monopoly. We also have Florida-opoly. So in that case, we're going to combine our Florida unit study and our financial literacy boot camp. But this is probably our favorite Monopoly, mainly because it's one Kevin will play because it has a little bit of a STEAM element. We have Upstart, which is a game of entrepreneurship. Bank It. The Game of Life. The Allowance Game. Buy It Right. And then the last one I have is Paycheck to Billionaire. Now, there is also a game, I don't remember the name of it, but it's by Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and it looks amazing. And it's on my wish list. If you can find it for less than $80, which is what I currently found it at, I think it is definitely worth picking up because, like I said, it looks like a great game. I just personally have like a $50 game cap. I will not spend more than that on a single game. That is just a personal rule. We have way too many and there are too many on the market to spend that kind of money. So if you find it at a thrift store or somewhere on sale, I would definitely add that because I think it would be great for a financial literacy boot camp or study or whatever you're doing. But we don't have it currently because I can't find it at an affordable price. If you have any favorite financial literacy resources, please let me know down in the comments so I can add them to our upcoming study.